I think that the ocean has a lot of healing power.
Jack O'Neill is a local legend. Local meaning no one, and I mean no one, lives closer to our local waters than Jack. And legendary for inventing a second skin that has lengthened afternoons, vacations, and yes, entire lifetimes playing in the water. And it's playing in the water that's been Jack's focus for well over 60 years.
I would come out and jump in the ocean, get one wave, and everything would be all right.
While Jack's story began as a surfboard shaper in San Francisco, it was his continued tinkering and innovating after moving to Santa Cruz that led to what we know today as the wetsuit.
I used to surf in San Francisco, and that water is invigorating. One of my good friends up there saw what I was doing with the surfboards and tried to develop a wetsuit, and he said, "O'Neill, you're going to sell the 5 guys on the beach, then you're going to be out of business." But my timing was right. When we moved down here from San Francisco in '59, we were still 90% surfboards, and the wetsuits grew. It was a good place for it to start because it was so vital. Now down south, they would start making wetsuits, but we didn't sell them as fast down there. They come up here and they laugh at us and say, maybe you clowns up there need them, but we don't need them. But now it's just full of wetsuits because it is more comfortable.
The O'Neill brand has traveled the globe but maintained its Santa Cruz headquarters, all the while becoming the predominant wetsuit manufacturer in the world, but keeping a tight-knit family feel.
I feel very, very fortunate. One thing, having the family and the business as we grew up, they were a very important part of it. I had a full crew right there.
Jack was always just a fantastic father, but at the same time, he made you earn your keep. Most of the other family members were all involved as well. My sister Bridget, she was doing the design work and heading up the design concepts for the clothing around the world as well. And then my brother Mike, he was very big into the design of the wetsuits as well. Tim ran the yacht division. My sister Shawn was an international windsurfer as well. She won a lot of contests back in the 70s. It's a real family operation still, even the family outside the family.
The ease of doing research and development literally in your front yard lowers overhead and keeps this family business light and fast against the competition.
Jack is our mentor, everybody here still. He really understands that you've got to make a very quality product. It's all about form, function, and fit. The wetsuit has to fit really, really well. If it doesn't fit right, you might as well wear a garbage bag.
My main goal, Jack's was I just want to surf longer. That, for years I lived by that when I was a young kid working for O'Neill and as I grew up. So, that was kind of his deal, but the main goal for us is, just having that feeling where you don't have anything on, to where you're going out and you're just being able to enjoy whatever sport it is, surfing ideally, that's one of the many sports we're involved in, but whatever it is you're doing, just having that like freedom and looseness to where you go out and you just have more fun doing what you're doing.
We don't test our product on the consumer. We test it here. The testing ground is right in front of Jack's house. What most people do is design a wetsuit on a computer, send it to Asia. It takes, could take anywhere from a month to 2 months to get a prototype back. Where we could do so many more prototypes and test it right here in front of Jack's house. And that just kind of keeps us ahead of the pack.
You know that if it's got the O'Neill name on it, that it's quality, and there's been a lot of thought put into it, and there's also a lot of passion behind it. Jack's famous for saying, 3 most important things in life are surf, surf, and surf. And the inspiration behind that for pretty much everything we do is he just wanted to surf longer. And that's pretty much it. I mean, just one simple theory, just like, I want to stay on the water longer.
If I wasn't continuing to push that envelope, I wouldn't be here, because that's what Jack and Pat are all about. If we're not innovating, if we're not coming up with new materials that are different, or new ideas, or new technologies that are gonna make wetsuits different, we're not gonna stay where we are. So our primary goal is to be ahead and stay ahead.
Today, the O'Neill name is synonymous with wetsuits and surfing in general, but Jack has always tinkered and pushed to create new technology, whether in the air or in the water. The O'Neill Sea Odyssey program is a special source of pride for Jack. The program exposes many young people to the wonders of the ocean for the first time. The same wonders that have inspired and motivated Jack over all these years.
He wasn't thinking, I'm going to create this huge global empire. He was thinking, I'm going to get a few more waves. And in the process, maybe share a few more waves and share the stoke, just share the fun with everyone. That's basically what we do here, is we sell fun. Our 60th year campaign, it was like, the best way to predict the future is to invent it first. And that's sort of what he's done since the beginning.
He's an icon. The best thing that's ever happened to him was get his eye put out and have that. He'll tell you. And don't forget, in the land of the blind, One-Eyed Jack's a king.
Surfing's been very, very important to me. I never dreamed that anything like this would happen. I thought I was going to have a little shop in San Francisco and have a few guys to surf with. I feel very honored, and I can look out there and I can still just pick out a good wave and ride that wave.